The Coinceras channel appreciates your continued support. In this video, I'll be sharing the opinions of XRP chart experts, one of whom thinks that 10 plus XRP is definitely going to happen soon. And while though I don't typically predict pricing, I won't be shocked if we fall short of that mark. From the fact that Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high to the convergence of several indicators, everything you need to know is there in these markets. To think that we aren't getting up there would surprise me. Bitcoin is still the market leader, so I'd like to share my thoughts on the impending Bitcoin news, though I'll get to that with a Ben Affleck joke, of course. I mean, come on, Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high and then crashed. Regardless of whether you're listening to me on your phone, TV, or some other device, look at it already. Of course, XRP ripped it off, so now you can see a nervous, little Ben Affleck puffing away on a cigarette alongside the bigger, better-known actor. Digital money. It seems that XRP is not cooperating with me right now. Without a doubt, my friend, I will ensure that you are copied. That one, I can still remember. Alright. Let us be clear, no one is providing me with any kind of financial assistance. Financial matters are unrelated to my profession. And you definitely shouldn't put your money where your mouth is and act on my advice. Would I be right for fun? I like to make videos about cryptocurrencies and upload them to YouTube. I simply enjoy it. Additionally, just for fun, XRP is trading at 58 cents, a 12% decline, while I record this video. Just yesterday. No matter how insignificant it all appears, I will explain to you why I am so tremendously delighted. While extreme price swings are par for the course for Bitcoin, this volatility is unprecedented. At 63,335 per coin, Bitcoin was once again in your possession. A reliable crypto chart expert just posted a new video 2 hours ago, and you should definitely watch it. Shortly after 23 minutes. It has been determined by trustworthy cryptography that this is not the blow-off peak, so I felt it was vital to address all relevant points. Additionally, I thought it entertaining because to a video I saw featuring Jim Cramer, who I mean, seriously, has there ever been a more cynical and deceitful financial expert than that guy? Although it is obviously not the case, his argument is that, and I am interpreting him, it seems like Bitcoin's top is going to form. I was encouraged by that news. Because Jim Cramer's words led me to believe the contrary, I was relieved to hear that. However, about the blog format, it is definitely coming. Bitcoin has already moved through much of its most crucial phase, and even the return to this level has already gone. But moving ahead, the multiplier effect will be minimal at best. Starting from our current position, even if Bitcoin reaches 200,000 or so, you may expect a threefold increase. So, it's not really exciting. The secret to a better life lies in altcoins. Nevertheless, notice that the bluff top this will include XRP, which is expected to reach a new all-time high very soon. I mean, I've never been that confident about anything before. My most recent video here goes into great detail explaining why. All of the Bitcoin related things we've been looking at recently hit new highs, though, and that, in a word, is the fraud. That was the final puzzle piece that had to be put in place. When considering the events leading up to XRP's new all-time high, the answer is yes. It has occurred now, okay. As a result, many are still arguing over whether Bitcoin will set a new record high. Thankfully, that is already in the past. This is the answer that we are aware of. This is the path that XRP will take now that it has occurred. By the way, alternative cryptocurrencies see a flood of cash whenever Bitcoin consolidates, which it is currently doing. Because of this, What happens in the coming weeks will be crucial. Fantastic Crypto predicts that Bitcoin may need a few weeks or months to confidently go past 69,000, despite reaching a new all-time high today. The possibility of a minor fall even further to the downside is not out of the question. The possibility that it will hit 50,000 is not guaranteed. Given that, allow me to demonstrate something sticky at this very moment. This has occurred previously, though. You need not be concerned, in fact, the greatest is just around the corner. This is a post from yesterday. I recorded a video about it yesterday, but its importance has only increased since then. Consequently, I feel forced to highlight the following. For starters, he defines the old season customary for crypto, who is acting credibly. Moreover, one of the situations he has envisaged is occurring right now. Just after the first day. More information has been uncovered that makes this clear. Regardless of whether you're a Bitcoin owner and find the cryptocurrency attractive, which I am, I find it entertaining as Bitcoin is the most technologically outdated coin in circulation. This is, therefore, quite significant to me, and I believe it ought to be to you too. It's safe to assume that the majority of you share my enthusiasm for XRP and other cryptocurrencies over Bitcoin. Regardless, I have retained it since 2017 since I am loving it. When does the actual partying start? Then trustworthy cryptocurrency really posted this yesterday. To put it mildly, the timing couldn't be better. So, when the season ends, why don't you give me the opportunity to dissect it? Altcoins will begin to outperform Bitcoin after the cryptocurrency hits its all-time high, as I mentioned before. But when will they result in the same old problems? So, let's say Bitcoin breaks its previous all-time high with conviction and then goes on to X in a few of weeks. Bitcoin pauses after this leg of the breakout, or number 2 Bitcoin tags before the all-time high, rejects, consolidates at the highs for a few weeks, and then accelerates to the upside, doubling in a few weeks. Altcoins aren't getting much attention during this massive breakout, which has almost no downtime. After Bitcoin ties its all-time high, one possible outcome is that altcoins will begin to surge very immediately. Another is that Bitcoin will consolidate for a few weeks after its price breaks its all-time high, and altcoins will begin to soar in bulk. The primary argument and unifying theme is that altcoins begin to rise during the initial significant consolidation of Bitcoin anytime it reaches its prior all-time high, whether it's at or well above it. You can see that we weren't completely certain when he released this yesterday. This is just hilarious. We did, in fact, hit that record high today. Just wanted to drop a quick note to let you know that scenario number 2, which is outlined below, is probably starting to come true. Things are going to become quite crazy while Bitcoin consolidates. He made the following statement this afternoon at 3:48 p.m. Central Time and republished the post. Hear me suggests checking out the alt-BTC pairings if you're interested in knowing which ones. Sure, I'd be happy to do that. The XRP-BTC combination seems to be completely useless. If XRP is poised to start melting faces, then that's fantastic news. As an XRP community, we've had a rough go of it, but now, everything is coming together because of the SEC's idiocy, everything else, and the devastating market crash of 2022. On top of that, you know all there is to know about the FTX collapse. So here we are. That is the situation that is developing, in his opinion. All that counts to them is the fact that this tag has always been considered the highest. Incredible to see. Not to mention a hideaway. Having an unusual experience does not always mean there is an issue. Oh, my. A crypto update for the UK when the term ends. Keep this tweet bookmarked since many alts will be sending it out in the coming week or two. In addition, this essay was prepared by our analyst, Matthew Hyland. This is the Bitcoin price chart for you to review. 3D crypto coin. After volume surges on red days, there has been less downside and more upside. Even if there are more drawbacks, they are usually overshadowed by the benefits that follow. Will Clemente, a chain analyst, has written this article for your review. Today, the trading volume on Coinbase hit a new record high. Even though Bitcoin hasn't closed above all-time highs, the fee revenue for ETFs rises up to the point where they become obsolete. Okay, here's an interesting fact: once we reached a new all-time high, Bitcoin obviously fell in value. As a result, nothing has been resolved above that level. After that, there's this idea that has been floating around for some time. I brought it up before. It has to do with Bitcoin exchange-traded funds ETFs, where firms like BlackRock provide them at low prices. The rising costs at Coinbase will hurt their business strategy because that is so cheap. I also made it clear that I do not find that to be rational in the slightest, due to the fact that there would be extra expenses involved with physically possessing the Bitcoin. For those who prefer more traditional approaches to investing, the idea of purchasing an exchange-traded fund ETF and then putting it in a savings account and forgetting about it could sound appealing. I believe that concludes it. Those who aren't ready to register an account with Coinbase and go headfirst into cryptocurrency are experiencing this, as are those who aren't interested in the inconvenience of actually possessing cryptocurrency. With traditional financing, they're purchasing individuals like that. Alright, I really like that. But that will never occur to me. I honestly doubt that I will ever achieve it. Obviously, the majority of you are right. Claims that it will drastically affect crypto exchange fees or render Coinbase and other exchanges obsolete are, however, completely absurd. That absurd idea doesn't need to be considered. Next, there's this sound that a listening curb makes. I mentioned this in passing in my last video, but this image really drives home my argument: you shouldn't let the setback today get you down. I made that comment at the beginning of the film to make my point. Nothing has changed, this has transpired previously. That being said, he made note of his ideas here. Due to its decadent past, Bitcoin is likely to experience whipsaws as it approaches its all-time high when it reaches its first touch. As you can see, 2013 marked the beginning of a downward trend, with 10%, 31%, 11%, and 20% declines in the years that followed. We will now watch the end result. The indisputable historical precedent, however, makes this a pivotal juncture that demands challenge. What follows is quite astounding, and it doesn't get much shorter. Cryptos ran, despite what was said in the prior video. After Bitcoin reaches its all-time high, the price often doubles within a few weeks. If my recollection serves me correctly, there was a situation when it took 84 days, even though it did reach them. Please, do not make us wait that long. A Bitcoin market expert reported a loss of 715 million in the past day. After Bitcoin reached its highest point ever, there has never been a more naive move than playing it with fire leverage. Is leverage an essential component of cryptocurrency? It doesn't make any sense at all. Profits in the Bitcoin market often exceed 1000%, which can completely change your life. But that won't do, you must depart right this second. Quite ridiculous, in my opinion. But we're talking about XRP right now. Specifically, he forecasted that XRP would reach its all-time high on January 4th, and now we're here with Harry, the former analyst who became renowned in the XRP community for anticipating the beginning of the biggest bull run ever, which brought us to almost $4. To add to it, on March 3rd, he also shared, the downside for the standard appears limited as XRP retests 91 cents. In March, he anticipates a significant uptick. The events of today prove beyond a reasonable doubt that XRP was not the immediate culprit. Indeed, it has dropped since an hour ago. Regrettably, this is due to the fact that Bitcoin technology has achieved a new peak. After the video ends, there it is. It would mean the world to me if you could hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Depart, muchas gracias.